The relationship between Israel and Lebanon has been one of tension, conflict, and fragile peace for decades. To understand this history, we need to go back to the early 20th century. Following the collapse of the Ottoman Empire after World War I, Lebanon came under French control, and the area that is now Israel was part of the British Mandate for Palestine. Both nations were shaped by the outcomes of World War II. Lebanon gained independence in 1943, and Israel was established in 1948 following a UN plan to partition Palestine. The creation of Israel in 1948 led to the First Arab-Israeli War. Lebanon, as part of the Arab League, joined the conflict against the newly established state. Although Lebanon's role in the fighting was minimal compared to other Arab nations, the result was a long-standing hostility between the two neighbors. Lebanon soon became home to a large number of Palestinian refugees, particularly after Israel's wars in 1948 and 1967. This influx contributed to Lebanon's complex political and religious landscape, as many of these refugees supported militant groups like the Palestine Liberation Organization, or PLO. In the 1970s, the PLO established a base of operations in southern Lebanon and launched attacks against Israel. In response, Israel began launching retaliatory strikes. The situation escalated further when Lebanon descended into a brutal civil war from 1975 to 1990. During this time, various factions fought for control, with Israel supporting certain Christian militias. In 1982, Israel launched a full-scale invasion of Lebanon, known as Operation Peace for Galilee, with the goal of driving the PLO out of southern Lebanon. Israeli forces reached as far as Beirut, and though they succeeded in pushing the PLO out, their occupation fueled the rise of new resistance groups, most notably Hezbollah. Backed by Iran and Syria, Hezbollah became a powerful force in southern Lebanon, committed to resisting Israeli occupation. Israel maintained a presence in a southern security zone until 2000, when mounting Hezbollah attacks forced them to withdraw, marking a major victory for the group. Tensions between Israel and Hezbollah boiled over in 2006, when Hezbollah launched cross-border raids and kidnapped Israeli soldiers. This led to a month-long war that caused massive destruction in Lebanon and heavy casualties on both sides. A UN-brokered ceasefire eventually ended the fighting, but the conflict left scars that persist to this day. Since 2006, the border between Israel and Lebanon has been relatively quiet, but remains volatile. UN peacekeepers patrol the area, and Hezbollah has become a dominant political and military force in Lebanon. Today, the relationship between Israel and Lebanon remains shaped by history, with tensions never far from the surface. The legacy of conflict between these two neighbors serves as a reminder of how deep-rooted and complex Middle Eastern geopolitics can be,